Hey, what is going on, crypto people? Happy freaking Monday to each and every one of you. What is going on with this market right now? What's going on with the market? I mean, it's cray up in these streets. It is crazy. Ripple's stablecoin, the announcement has come out from Brad Garlinghouse, I believe it was. The stablecoin is going to launch globally tomorrow, just a matter of hours from now. Holy moly. Are people going to get the stablecoin? Like, are regular retail going to go out and get the stablecoin? I just want to see what the market's going to look like. When liquidity incentive event. That's what I want to know. I want to see the stablecoin in some liquidity pools. That's what I want. Let me go here to CoinGecko, refresh this market. FLR Networks, did they just hint at more FLR rewards? Now, is that because of the FS coming, that it's going to be launching? But I feel like they just hinted at more FLR rewards. Question for you guys. You got an extra 1K, you got an extra $1,000. Do I want to put it in Ethereum? Or do I want to put it in Songbird and then rotate it to FLR? Hope my guy shows up tonight. Property Rich, I hope he shows up. What do you guys think about that one? That's some interesting stuff. And what's up with VC Wen? What's up with VC Wen, co-founder of XRPL Labs? What's up with this Evernode? Is Codius 10.0? Explain yourself, VC Wen. Explain yourself, bro. We're going to cover that as well. Codius 10.0? You're gonna have to come correct with that one, bro. That's what he said, fam. That's what he said. VC Wen of XRPL Labs, creator of the Xahau wallet, said that the Evernode platform is freaking Codius 10.0. What's going on with that? I don't know. We'll see. Ripple's stablecoin announcement has come out from Brad Garlinghouse, I believe it was. I don't know what happened there. I can't freaking mute this thing. What's going on right now? What's going on, Isam? How are you, my friend? My man, Steve, hope you're blessed. Appreciate you being here, my friend. RLUSD stablecoin. I'm having a party as it comes out. I hear you. Interesting stuff. We're going to see how it affects this market. I want to see it in some liquidity pools. I want to see some. We're going to go over that announcement. Let me now try to unmute this tab. Did I mute it? I think I did mute it. Let's see here. Try to unmute this tab. Try to unmute this tab, I think. Come on. Is there an unmute? Your unmute tab. There it is right there. All right, perfect. Yeah, so that's some interesting stuff. Now, what did I do before to get this chat the right way? I did something. What is this here? I wish I could get rid of this, like get rid of this thing here in the top right, but I don't know how. Rain says flare to the moon. What's going on, Rain? I don't know how to do it. Man, I need to get this off, and I don't know how. Anyway, I saw more FLR rewards. Yeah, I mean, it was kind of like a hint. And again, I don't know if that was because, F assets and Songbird is coming. I wish I knew. How do I get rid of this? Summarize this video thing. I can't remember the app and or extension that this is on that does that. Anyway. Yeah, appreciate you guys checking in. Look, this is big time news from the FLR, the RLUSD, excuse me, launching. This big time news. Big time news. But without question. Keyless, the lady of crypto is in the building. How are you, miss? Hi, everyone. RLSUSD to the moon. Oh, yeah. What's going on, Devon Steve? What's going on, my friend? Appreciate you guys checking in. Do me a favor, hit that like button on the way in. That would be super, super awesome. You know how we do here. We always like to have just as many likes as we got viewers in the stream. I'm going to refresh CoinGecko here real quick and see. Look, for me, Bitcoin hit a new psychological price point. And for me, it was getting above $106,000. Really 105, but I'm going to say 106. And for me, that signals parabola for Bitcoin is incoming for Bitcoin, which means the altcoins are going to benefit from that massively in a big time way. So that was really, really exciting to see that. It makes me feel more confident about the 10% bag. In fact, I've been thinking out loud, got an extra 1K. I was just going to do a little safe into Ethereum, take that 3.5 to 4x. I was going to do that. But I may do Songbird and see what that $1,000 does in these 6 to 8. You don't know how long they're going to test on Songbird with these assets. I mean, the goal is 6 weeks, but it might be 8. What if it's 10? And see if Songbird kind of appreciates because of FS's launching. I mean, what kind of appreciation can we expect in 6 to 8 weeks? I don't know. But I'm kind of hedging on that. So I refreshed CoinGecko. We'll go over the market. We'll go over the numbers because the market is just doing what the market does. Sam, what's going on, Sam? How are you, my friend? Appreciate you checking in. Guys, do me a favor, hit that like button. That would be super cool. Sam says, hey, Siege. Don't know why my comment got removed, but you haven't spoken much about Evernode as a how recently, bro. Would love to get your take on it. First of all, welcome to the stream, Sam. Appreciate you checking in, bro. Definitely appreciate that. I don't know enough about Evernode and Xahau to intelligently articulate on it. But I do know that Evernode is like next level in terms of technology. And I guess it's I don't know the thing. I think Evernode is on Xahau. I know that. But I do know that someone I respect in the community, Mickey B. Fresh, was really, really, really high on Evernode. Just understand that Evernode originally was built to be launched on the XRPL. That's right. Evernode was the original intention of Evernode was for it to launch on the XRPL and bring a measure of smart contract capability, next level smart contract capability on the XRPL. But whatever the smart contract thing never did get heard. It never went to vote, right? Because of the gatekeeping process, it never did. So my guy Vitse Wen, first of all, let me do this. Bull Run Wonka reached out, gave me a heads up on Evernode and Xahau D and Ripple D and how Evernode is integrating. And it was like, man, I said, that's awesome. That's crazy. And Bull Run Wonka was like, that's not crazy. That's massive, massive, massive. So he probably messaged me on that. He was the first one to let me know about it. Then the next thing you know, I'm seeing posts from FOMO and Short the FOMO and all these other people about it. So that's all I can tell you. For the most part, that's what I know about Evernode. It's hard to get the Evers token. There's ways to get the Evers token if you want to do it. I have not done it yet. I have been informed on how to do it, but I have not done it yet. But that's my understanding, Sam. My understanding that Evernode was like a next level thing. Mickey B. Fresh was really, really high on them. But again, the initial intention of that build out was for the XRPL. So the Xahau thing, here's what I'll say about the Xahau thing for me. If the XRPL gets a measure of some smart contract capability, you know, Xahau has a long way to go to do what I think it would want to do. So, and I don't, and I'm sure that it's going to be capable of doing things, right? But one retail dollar can only go so far. So I don't know what Xahau is going to do or not going to do. Brady Cat's in the building. What's going on, Brady Cat? Why do I feel like I've seen your seen you on X doing some post or something? I can't remember. Welcome to the channel. I mean, welcome to the stream. I know you've been on here before. What's up, Ceej? Many will regret not getting Songbird and FLR, in my opinion. I hear you, Brady Cat. Look, I've said it before about the Songbird tokenomics. I liken it to Casper tokenomics. You know, here's the interesting thing, Frady Cat. I don't know if people remember KASPA, and I'm just doing this for an example, just for an example. The Casper that I'm talking about is CSPR, but I want to just mention CASPA, KSPA. This blockchain came out from nowhere. I thought I was in the digital asset space. I thought I was in the know. CASPA came out of nowhere, KASPA, and it did its thing. I mean, it just rocked and rolled and rocked and rolled and rocked and rolled, right? Better form of Bitcoin, better than all this other kind of stuff, right? Let's take a look at Casper, right? So this thing killed the game, I guess. I don't know if it was 2021 or after 2021, but I'm going to share the chart. Caspa, right? Not financial. It's 3 billion in market cap right now, okay? 3 billion. I want to share the chart with you. Let's do max. Okay. Look at this chart. Okay. When did this thing come out? This has got May of 2022, after the cycle, at least according to CoinGecko, right? This thing went on a crazy run up. I'm trying to see if I can get CoinGecko to cooperate. Look at this. In 2022, this thing was 0.002 cents. Then three zeros and a one, right? Then 2023, it's 3 cents. And then, it's 13 cents in 2023. Right? And my point was really that this thing took off out of nowhere, and I had never heard of it. And I'm researched a little, and it has amazing technology. I mean, all the tokens are out too. That's interesting. Interesting. All time. Look at this thing. Since May of 2022, this thing has rose 86,652%. I never heard of it. I didn't start hearing anything about it until I'm pretty sure it's late 2023. And why do I bring this up? That's a crazy number. I don't know what Songbird's prices were. Anybody get Songbird in the 3 zeros? I've got Songbird at 0.0. But my point is, everyone doesn't have to know about Songbird for Songbird to do well, right? And I think that's exactly what's going to happen with Songbird. Songbird to the rest of the digital asset space is going to be like Casper to the XRP community, right? To the FLR community, right? It's like, what? What's this? What was that? Where'd that come from? That's what I feel like is going to happen. That's what I feel like is going to happen with Songbird. This is nice. Now, obviously, they launched 2 years ago or whatever, so they've had a couple of years to get the tokens fully launched. And I don't know how long it took them to launch them, but that's nice. 86,652%. Oh my God. And, it's looked like it's participating a little bit in 2024 as well. So, yeah, I mean, that's the all-time high was reached in 2024. So, I mean, that's nice. You don't have to worry about that. So that's going to be, I feel like this is what, I don't know if Songbird is going to do these kind of numbers. I mean, that is just ginormous of a return. But I feel like Songbird, again, is going to be one of those things that everybody doesn't have to hear about it for it to do well. There will be a measure of FOMO and all that other kind of stuff. I really, really believe that. Hydro says, I have some Casper. It was gifted to me. Very nice. Freddy Cat says, I chased Songbird down from 34 cents to below a penny. I hear you, bro. I hear you. Joe Buddy says, Songbird to FLR is the XLM to XRP, like a little buddy. What's going on, Joe? Cali Cat is in the building, checked in, came to hit that like button. What's good, C's? What's good with you, bro? Life is great, man. Life is great. Ripple stablecoin, the RLUSD, is set to launch tomorrow. Got Archax up in here launching it. Got Bitstamp up in here launching it. By the way, that dude, Vitse Win, that one, saying that the RLUS stablecoin will be available in the Xamarin wallet. Keela says, never bought extra Songbird or FLR. I just have been hodling what was airdropped. What price were the airdrop? I forget. I don't remember that as well. I don't even remember Songbird airdrop. To be honest, I don't even remember the airdrop at all. D Dre's in the building. What's going on, bro? Good to see you, Siege. Happy Monday. Happy Monday, my friend. Life is really, really good right now, I got to tell you. So we're going to get into that. Sam has a question. Do you think SC will ever come on the main XRPL? Yeah, I believe a light version of it is, David Schwartz said that. It's going to be a light version. No, he said the full, Sam says, I think I heard David Schwartz say that it's too risky for the main chain to integrate smart contracts, so it'll take a hit on transactions. No. Here's what he said, right? He didn't want anything to do with smart contracts. None. He thought it was too heavy. He thought it might mess around with transactions and, all that different kind of stuff. He said, no, don't want to do it. Don't want to take any chances. But then at the Ripple Swell event and then subsequent events, he mentioned from stage that he had a conversation with 2, 3, 4 validators, one of them including, I think it was, I don't know if it was definitely XRP Labs, but I want to feel like it was the Evernode's dude and it was the Futureverse dude. It was, it was 2 to 4 different groups who convinced him otherwise. They convinced him otherwise. So he, upon revelation, decided that it would be okay to try a light version of smart contracts, whether that be hooks or something else that Ripple X would come up with. So that's what they're doing. That's what they're looking into, a light, quote unquote, version, whatever that is going to look like, whatever this light version is going to look like. I know Hooks was the people from XRPL Labs was saying, I hope you do Hooks and not some other thing, blah, 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 all this kind of stuff. So that's the latest and greatest, is that they are looking into a light version, whatever that is, a light version to put on the XRPL. And honestly, they came across as excited about that possibility. So that's kind of where that is. Yeah, interesting. Sam says interesting. So essentially, Xahau is a test chain for Ripple. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Because XRPL Labs is like, look, we can build it. We can do something. We can build something, and David Schwartz always said that he was looking to see how Xahau would do, how well that chain would do, whether it would go down. And he actually said that Xahau was performing up to its expectations. So, and the other part of it as well is David also realized that the people who genuinely want to build on the XRPL need some version of smart contract. They need it. So in order for Anados Finance or Orchestra Finance or Moy Finance to do, to have a shot at becoming an awesome DEX aggregator or an awesome liquidity pool platform, or for Lotus Protocol to become an awesome lending platform, they need a version of smart contracts. And so they convinced them that, we could start out with something small that would not affect the XRPL's prowess of payments. I don't know why. I just know that Sam says, but why would Evernote launch on there? They were in the making for 5+ years. See, I don't know if Evernote's going to launch on XRPL now. I'm just saying the initial thing. I mean, the dude said it himself. The co-creator of Evernote said the original intention of Evernote was to launch on the XRPL. So I don't know if they're going to do that now. Uh, uh, I don't know about that part. But I just remember him saying that was the original intention, to do it on XRPL. Because they thought that a version of smart contracts like Hooks or whatever was going to, go through, be recommended, and get passed, but it never did even come up for a vote. So, yep. Hope that answers your questions. What's going on, Crypto? Crypto says, hey, folks, what's going on? Coffee and Crypto is here. So excited about this week. I know. Tell me about it. Tell me about it. It's interesting times for sure. All right, let's go with this market. How can I change this? This is really driving me crazy that I can't get rid of this. So I can't see the chat with this thing on here, and I don't know how to. I wish I could get. What is this? Oh, nope, that didn't work. I don't know what this extension is, but it's driving me crazy. Yeah, I don't like that it's so far behind on the chat. And I can't get rid of it. So anyhow, let's go with this market real quick. So we're going to go over this news with the Ripple stablecoin, man. I think this is awesome. Let's go back here. Go here and refresh that. So that's kind of my thoughts with Caspa. I think Songbird is going to do, or can do well, without all the digital asset space talking about, right? No one mentions FLR or Songbird. No, I mean, no one mentioned it. You see, listen to all these KOLs and all that stuff. Only one person, in a quote unquote KOL type status mentioned FLR. And that was the guy from BitMEX, the creator of BitMEX, which I forget his name now. That was it. No one else mentioned it. But that doesn't deter me from thinking that Songbird can't do well. All right, let's refresh and go over to CoinGecko. The total cryptocurrency market cap is 3.9 trillion. 3.9 trillion. And Bitcoin dominance is 54%. Bitcoin is trading at $105,000, roughly. It did get up to 107,000, past that key psychological price point of 106,000. I think that is significant to note. And Bitcoin is up 16% on the 30-day. Ethereum got over $4,000 for a little bit, and it's currently at $3,993. And on the 30-day, Ethereum is up 27%. XRP is currently trading at $2.49. On the 30-day, XRP is up 122%. Solana is trading at $216. And goodness, on the 30-day is only up 1% or so. Dogecoin is trading at 40 cents. On the 30 days, up 10%. We're getting I'm feeling like that Bitcoin flow may be the dollar flow or the Bitcoin flow, right? Dirty, nasty fiat into Bitcoin and or stable coins. And then after that, it rotates into layer ones or large caps. And after that, it rotates to mid caps. And I feel like that's what's happening. We're starting to rotate into some of the mid caps. But let's see. Anything of note? So we is trading at $4.61 on the 30 days, up 23.9%. Set of Lumens at 42 cents, trading up 93% on the 30-day. So there it is, this hyperliquid thing. I don't mess around with that. There it is, fam. The market is just doing what the market does. Crazy to see that the BitGet token, the crypto exchange token, oh my gosh, up 147% in the 30 days. Kind of crazy. So that's kind of it, right? Yeah, that's it for the market. It's doing what it does. Let's go over this news about the stablecoin launch from Ripple. I think is significant. Let's see. All right, what's going on with the laptop right now? Wait a minute. Okay. All right, let's go to this news here. Hopefully this thing will cooperate. Here it is from Ripple. The wait is over. RLUSD launches globally tomorrow. Let's go over the article from Ripple. Oh, wait a minute. Did they have a little... What's this? Okay. Ripple USD is an enterprise-grade stablecoin built on trust, utility, and compliance. Available starting tomorrow, December 17th on MoonPay, Uphold, CoinMina. CoinMina. Okay. Bitso, Archax, and more coming soon. I'm guessing that's how you can get it on Xamin is because of MoonPay. And more coming soon. In addition to Sheila Bair, David Puth, and Chris Larson, the Ripple Stablecoin Advisory Board, the Ripple Stablecoin Advisory Board welcomes this person from India, a former Reserve Bank of India governor, to the board. The former Reserve Bank of India is on the Ripple stablecoin board. Another Federal Reserve, former Federal Reserve, is on the Ripple Stablecoin Advisory Board. So it says here, Kenneth Montgomery. It says the former first VP and COO of the Federal Reserve Bank of Boston. It's interesting. A team like no other. Okay. Why RLUSD? Fully backed by US dollar deposit, US government bonds, and other cash equivalents with monthly third-party audits, monthly. Multi-chain support, built for cross-border payments, DeFi integration, and bridging between fiat and crypto. What's this $2.80? Did we hit $2.80? We didn't hit $2.80 today, did we? Why does he got 2.8 achieved with a check mark? Did we hit 280? I'm freaking. Nah, did we hit that? I missed that. It's down to 250. When did we hit $2.80? I'm all distracted now because I saw that. I promise I'll get back to the Ripple RLUSD launch. Did we hit $2.80 today? XRP Crow put that out. I don't remember that. Oh my gosh. Will you freaking load already? Nah, we didn't hit 280. I don't know where you're getting the 280 from. All right. Anyhow, maybe it wicked up to 280 or something. Yeah, anytime now, anytime. I have so many crypto things to do. It's unbelievable. Anyway, all right, come on here. Did my guys show up or not? Property Rich, did you check in, brother? Oh my God, what is going on? Shit, she called me at the wrong time. Hold on. All right. Is that it? That's it. All right. That's it. Ripple is a step forward, a step toward the future of finance. Hold on a second. I don't know. Sorry about that. All right, so that's all there is there for that. I guess you could go into more details if you went to the article. I do find it fascinating that they got these former Federal Reserve Bank people on the freaking advisory board. That is just fascinating. Don't you guys think? I mean, I think that's that's fascinating to me that they got federal. That's interesting to me. Really, really interesting. All right, what we got? Nicholas M. What's going on, Nicholas? Man, tomorrow will be epic. The Ripple stablecoin, RLUSD. When it comes to XRP meme coins and RLUSD, we're going to fly past the moon and land on Mars. Yeah. Freddie Cat says, I think most OG holders hate Songbird and FLR because they changed the airdrop process and they all dumped their airdrops. But they will soon regret and FOMO soon. Yeah, I agree. And M, not much watching while working. I hear you, Nicholas, man. M, appreciate you checking in. So let's see here. What we got? All right. That's very interesting about these former Federal Reserve people on the advisory board to me is interesting. What we got going on here? Says that, got that. Ripple will publish monthly third-party attestations of the reserve assets conducted by an independent auditing firm. Early on, Ripple made a deliberate choice to launch a stablecoin under the NYDFS Limited Purpose Trust Company charter, widely regarded as the premier regulatory standard worldwide, said Brad Garlinghouse, Ripple's CEO. As the U.S. moves toward clearer regulations, we expect to see greater adoption of stablecoins like RLUSD, which offer real utility and are backed by years of trust and expertise in the industry. Yeah. Okay. Key partners include global exchanges, market makers, and payment providers, which will drive adoption and usage across America's whatever. I just want to see it on a DEX. That would be awesome. Facilitate instant settlement across borders, seamlessly integrate with DeFi protocols. Okay, let's see it. Let's see it get there. Reliably bridge between traditional fiat and crypto ecosystems, ensuring a seamless, efficient transition when entering, on-ramping, or exiting. We'll see. Provide collateralization for trading tokenized realized assets. I think that's going to be the big one, tokenized assets. As commodities, tokenized real-world assets such as commodities, securities, and treasuries on chain. Let's see. Let's see. Early next year, Ripple Payments will use the stablecoin to facilitate global payments on behalf of its enterprise customers. Ripple Payments has served 70 billion in payment volume and counting. It has, so in other words, then there's no need to be using Tether and USDC. So, and has near global coverage with 90 plus payout markets, which represents more than 90%. RLUSD is available on both the XRP ledger and Ethereum, offering flexibility and scalability. All right, so it's talking about the people on the board here, which is, again, interesting to me. And what? Rajan and Montgomery joined the ranks of the existing advisory boards, including former FDIC chair Sheila Blair, vice chairman of Partners Capital at whatever consortium. I mean, it's just crazy. The advisory board is just crazy, in my opinion. Let me see some quotes. Bank of India has a quote here, former reserve. Yeah. Stablecoins could become the backbone of private payments by offering a secure whatever. With this focus on compliance and reliability, Ripple stablecoin aims to establish new standards for trust and to play a pivotal role in shaping the future of payments. It's a big time statement. Now, people join these advisory boards, it's not a bad gig if you can get it, right? There's some pay involved in that. So in any case, joining the advisory board provides me an opportunity to counsel RLUSD as it embarks on its journey, right? In the rapidly evolving financial landscape, right? So, it's going to be some pull for getting some stuff done in India. That's what it's about. It's about the pull, right? Pay me for the connections and pay me for the pull that I might have in that region. And then who else is this other person here? The Federal Reserve dude from Boston, former. I'm excited to join Ripple's advisory board at such a pivotal moment for digital finance, said Kenneth Montgomery, former vice president and chief at the Federal Reserve Bank of Austin. Stablecoins are rapidly emerging as a cornerstone of the payments landscape, delivering speed, efficiency, da, 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 da. I look forward to collaborating with the Ripple team to support the global growth and adoption. Unlocking new you got 2 former Federal Reserve people. Yeah, maybe these kind of strings are, can we go the stablecoin route as opposed to, for central banks, as opposed to the central bank digital currency? So we'll see if those dudes have some pull to get that done. So interesting little write-up from Ripple. highlighting that poll. David Schwartz said this, and I thought this was interesting. Do we have it? Nope, that's not it. There it is right here. Let's listen to David Schwartz.
System driving more use cases. The launch of Ripple stablecoin benefits the broader XRP ledger ecosystem, driving more use cases and opportunities for developers. While XRP is the native currency on the ledger, it was built to support any type of asset, crypto or fiat, issued to trade on the DEX. Bringing more credible assets on the DEX, like RLUSD, drives direct and indirect benefits. For example, it drives more trading volume, which natively uses XRP as a bridge asset through auto-bridging and generally benefits users, developers, and apps. A unique feature of the XRPL DEX is that auto-bridging utilizes XRP as the native currency to facilitate trades between any 2 assets on the ledger. It automatically considers XRP as an intermediary to find the most efficient trading route across assets.
So look, 70 billion, you get ready to bring 70 billion of volume on chain, Ripple payments. The DEX volume is going to start to happen, and it's going to be interesting to see how well this auto bridging, what is this auto bridging going to do for XRP holders? I don't know. I'm not technically savvy enough to understand what this is going to mean. But the fact that it's the native token used by default and this auto bridging is going to be interesting to see.
RLUSD and XRP will complement each other because of the inherent differences of the cryptocurrencies. For Ripple's proprietary payment products, XRP will continue to be used as a bridge currency. Given the XRPL's speed, cost, and scalability, we see RLUSD being able to foster the growth of new on-chain applications like real-world asset tokenization, foreign exchange markets, and trade zone.
2 things, tokenization and the FX market. Holy shit. Powerful.
We're entering a growing market expected to see significant expansion, especially with stablecoins. Builders will certainly take advantage of the new opportunities presented by this ecosystem.
All right, David, thank you. John Deaton said, as far as I'm concerned, the most promising thing David Schwartz said below is RWA tokenization. BlackRock's Larry Fink says it's the future. Considering BlackRock oversees 11 trillion, the question becomes, which crypto ecosystem benefits the most from the RWA tokenization? Yes, sir. That's exactly right. That's exactly right, John Deaton. Shout out to you, bro. Good on you. I do have a question. Can anyone answer to me why 1 out of 7 people in the country of Switzerland is a millionaire? Can someone answer that? Can I just I just tell my family to just move to Switzerland and it'll be all good? Like, what's going on? Like, what's going on? What? 1 in 7, Keyless. 1 in 7. Let me welcome some more people to the stream. What else we got? Let me move this out of the way. Anyone new check in? Make sure I didn't miss anybody. Freddy Cat says XRP will be the bridge of all the fiat currencies. Yes, sir. It is what it is. It's going to be the bridge, right? So there's going to be, this bridge thing is going to be a transaction volume. I don't know if that means there's obviously burning of all from the transactions. We just want to see what's going to happen Is this going to be major demand? Is it going to go up and to the right of the adoption curve? What's going to happen to the value of this digital asset? And are we going to see eventually, not this year, next, that Ripple is a major player in the new financial payment system? We start with these on-chain stuff and tokenization, build out, test out, stress out, start small in the FX market. You know, major players love the idea of being able to make a phone call. It's majorly important. Guys, do me a favor and hit that like button. That would be super, super cool. If you didn't get a chance to do it on the way in, no worries. Just collapse the chat real quick. Go smash the like button, then come back and hang out with the CryptoCeej fam. The reason why I say that point about being able to make a phone call, when we start talking FX, it's majorly important that the look is right. A stable coin that went through the stringent of stringent to become a viable legal thing. NYDFS, whatever that is, DFS. That's massively important. All these amendments that are being done to the XRPL is about being able to look right to major institutions. In other words, State Street or a BNY Mellon, right? Or saying, you know what, I think we can tackle the bigger FX market. You got to have all the things in place for that. And that's what Ripple is doing with these amendments. The things that they're doing with the audits, massively important. It's taken longer than we would hoped because of obviously the lawsuit was about trying to slow down, right? That was an inside job to try to slow down the behemoth, right? And it's not really slowing down Ripple, it's slowing down the prowess of the XRPL. That's what it was about, slowing down that prowess. Because if the leaders, not the leaders, but if the main people are focused on defending themselves, how can they focus on getting this amendment and getting that amendment, right? How do they focus their resources and energy to get the stablecoin launch right? That's what it was about. Because the XRPL, that's the one. The value is the protocol. The value is not Ripple, the company. The value is in the protocol. We're talking about a native DEX and we're talking about a next level AMM. Just got to understand the FX market is going to be absolutely fascinated by that. Not just tokenization. Soyakaze says, I'm patiently waiting for the clawback amendment. What's going on, Soyakaze? Yeah, me too. I think that they're in that process of that right now, right? These little tweaks to this ledger. That's right, Freddy Cat. That bridge will be seamlessly done behind the scenes and people will not know they are using crypto. And they don't need to know. They're not going to know. They don't need to know. We're going to see the 70 billion that Ripple says they've done in payments, Ripple payments, right? Ripple payments is another sector. It's another division at Ripple. We're going to see. We're going to see what the 70 billion looks like. We're going to see what Archax is going to bring on chain. We're going to see what this is going to look like. Because honestly, I don't know. I don't know, but we're going to see what it looks like. If there's demand for the asset XRP, there's demand for the asset XRP. So we're going to see what it's going to look like. You know, we're going to see. It's going to be interesting to see what's going to happen. It's going to, obviously, like everything's not going to happen tomorrow, but it's going to be interesting to see. Frady Cat says, we are lucky to be able to participate in the greatest wealth transfer of our lifetime. Indeed. We are indeed. Did I miss anyone checking in? I don't think I did. I said, hey to Coffee Crypto with some. Yeah, D. Dre. Yep. So that is very, very, very interesting, to say the least, with the stable coin. And anyone can anyone answer to me again why 1 in 7 adults in Switzerland is a millionaire? Like, can someone help me out with that? Please, can someone help me out? All right, so I'm gonna go over this post from BTC Win of Zaman Wallet of Zaman Wallet of the Xahau. This is interesting. All right, so let me see if this is it. I think this is the right one. It says, with short the FOMO spinning up headless XRPL nodes on demand. Should I cover that? Let me share. Let me share. Again, Bull Run Wonka was the one who told me about that. He reached out to me and shared that. Appreciate that, Bull Run Wonka. Here it is right here. Short the FOMO put this out. Ripple D, which is software for the ledger, and Xahau D running inside Evernode on production servers at the moment. BTC Win said, this is one of the most epic things I've seen in a while. The potential impact is insane. It's all coming together. All right, now that's not the post where he made the Codius thing, I don't think, but we'll check. Yeah, it is right here. So someone said, it is here. Codius 2.0, question mark? And BTC Win said 10.0. First of all, Codius was next level smart contract capability that they shelved over at Ripple. They put it on the back burner, shelved it. BTC Win says 10.0. I think this was what I asked a question on my post. I don't even post much on X. I said, why would you buy a node when you can just buy the crypto? Now, I wasn't talking about validator nodes. I was talking about there's a big thing going on in crypto right now with, buying a Gala node and buying this kind of node and buying that kind of node. I was talking about those kind of nodes, Jungle, not a node that a validator would, run up, get started, and all that kind of stuff like that. Like, he responded to my post, and then his response got deleted. And I don't know if it was him deleting it or what. And I'm wondering, let me go check something real quick. I post a lot. I do a lot of responses and stuff on. So here's right. That's a serious question. Why would you buy a node when you can just buy the crypto? And Jungle had responded because I saw it in my notifications that he responded, but then it was like deleted, which I thought was interesting. Let me see if I find that. Let's see if it's still here. It's just like I tried to click on it to respond, and then it wasn't there, so it's not there anymore. So Jungle, I did see your response, but when I tried to click on it, it was gone. It was a little odd. All right. So what do you guys think about that? He said, no, it's not Codius 2.0. It's Codius 10.0. Uh, for those of you who are not familiar, Codius was supposed to be next level smart contracts. And they didn't launch it. They went with payments. That's the history of the XRPL. They went with Ripple decided to go payment route. And that's smart contract route. And it was Codius was going to be the next level thing. But the dude said 10.0, man. There it is right there. And I asked him to comment on it. He won't. I said 10.0. You can't just leave it at that. Can you give a little signal on that call, please? But he hasn't responded. That's important. So anyway, I don't know why they're doing this Ripple D and Xahau D running inside of Evernode. Don't know why they're doing it, but they are doing it. I don't know who this Alicia is, and they're talking about doing T-bills on the XRPL ledger. I don't know. I don't remember hearing them or seeing them win something, a grant or something from the Ripple grants people. Anybody here familiar with this Alicia? Connects traditional and crypto finance, tokenize real assets, invest in real world assets with crypto. Like I've never heard of them. I don't recall them winning any kind of grants or anything like that. I don't see anybody from Ripple commenting or anything. I know David Schwartz has said plenty of times about this. People start stuff on the XRPL. We don't even know about it. Vet said, can you publish your XRPL issuer address? Thanks. Did they respond? Yeah, they didn't respond. So I don't know, but that was this notice about them launching on the ledger. And that's coming in a couple of days, December 18th at 9. I don't know what that means, but how are they doing it? Don't get a lot of responses back from them. So interesting. I'm going to go to the chat real quick again, and then I'm going to cover this post from Chris Berniski. I think it's important that we remember. Uh, Coffee Crypto says, I just wish there was more exchanges that had Songbird and FLR listed so I could swap more frequently between the two of them and grow my bags easier. Yeah, I hear you. Yep. I hear you, Coffee and Crypto. Oh, Sam, you can't leave a link, man. You could email it to me. Is that about that documentary, brother? Adam Lucas, what's going on? How are you, bro? So again, for people who know about Codius, who maybe some XRP OGs, for Vite Nguyen to say that, I don't know, man. That is Codius 10.0 with this Evernode thing. Uh, again, Sam, Evernode was originally intended for the XRPL. Nicholas M says Codius equals core. I don't know what you mean by core, Nicholas M. Codius was a smart contract thing that I think Stefan Thomas, Evan Schwartz created back in the day to be the smart contract uh, for the XRPL. Oh, core token. No, it's not the core token. No, Codius is just software. Yeah, it's just a software. Guys, do me a favor, hit that like button. That'd be super, super cool. We always like to have just as many likes as we have viewers in the streams. I still got to do the multi-sig that FLR Network set up. They set up this multi-sig thing that, people who are building and or regular users like ourselves can set up multi-sig. I love it. Nicholas M says, oh, okay, thank you. You're welcome, bro. You're absolutely welcome. So the multi-sig for FLR, playing around with that still. I gotta get that done just to kind of see. I did do my test wallet. FLR set up this capability. They hooked up with I forget the name of the group. Who did they hook up with? Palmera. Safe smart accounts on FLR powered by Palmera. FLR is pleased to announce this partnership with Palmera. And it's essentially a multi-sig wallet you can set up. And if I'm doing it just step by step. It's really, really simple to do. And with the multi-sig is essentially, more than one person approving a transaction, it could, or more than one account approving a transaction. And you can do, 2, 3, 4, 5. This thing here with Palmera, it looks like you can do at least 5 if you wanted to get up to that kind of level. But I have to continue doing this. But I love that they made that available to just you and I, and we can set that up. So let me do this. Let me go back to FLR here, my test wallet. All right. I didn't finish it, right? Did I finish it? I don't know if I did or not. So 10 FLR there. Okay, yeah, it's not finished there. I love it. Okay, you can add, so you can got one signer, you can add another one, you can add 2, 3, 4, 5. It was really, really cool, right? Add new signer, add new signer, add new signer. I do love it. My guess is probably one of the better ways to do it would be different type of wallet accounts, right? So an extension wallet like Rabby or MetaMask, and then maybe something with your Decent wallet on your mobile or your Bifrost wallet on your mobile. That would be my, kind of like my guess to do that. So that'd be pretty cool. Really, really cool to have that done. I'm going to share this thing from BTC Win. Well, let me do that later. Let me share this real quick. And I'll do, not BTC Win, from Hugo. Chris Bernanke said something I think is interesting. Let's see. He says, as a crypto investor, first cycle, hyper learn. Consider yourself lucky if you finish better than break even. It's your first cycle. Don't understand now, you will later. Don't understand now, you will later. Yep, first cycle. It could be a number of reasons why you don't break even, like, losing your funds and or not taking profit or whatever. Second cycle, learn how to build a quality portfolio and take profits because you probably didn't in your first cycle. Third cycle, accumulate with patience and stack units. Focus on clear generational winners. Long tail additions only for screaming standouts. Simplify. Fourth cycle, enjoy the show. That's really, really good. That's really, really good, Chris. Really, really good. Chris is a really, really smart guy. He used to be with ARK Invest, formerly led crypto at ARK Invest. Real, real smart guy. Partner at Placeholder VC. Really, 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 really smart guy. All right, let me go to this thing from Hugo. And I'm thinking Hugo meant to say this because of F assets going to Songbird in terms of this. But anyway, so this VAnt put this out here. VAnt did this little thing here. It says FLR Networks has just announced its integration with Dune, diving deep into some of FLR's FIP, which is the incentive programs, FLR's incentive programs, and our proposals, and analyzing data on Dune. I've uncovered impressive numbers that no one is talking about. I don't know. Anyway, holding FLR and interacting with FLR's ecosystem has rewarded holders with $415 million in FLR rewards. $415 million and counting. And counting. All right. So let me just go through this real quick. The 450 million comes from delegation rewards, currently is 60 million. Staking rewards, 22 million. FLR drops $307 million. Emissions, 1.1 million. And yeah, and emissions is, I don't know. Yeah, anyway. The emissions is, it's the 1/12 available initially with no fee. And if you want to get the whole thing, you get 50% of it, it's kind of like the penalties. So I don't know how he's doing the 1.1 million here. But anyway, inflation, 24 million. All right. In July, FLR saw massive growth, active contracts plus 45%, active users plus 92%, transactions plus 18%. That was in July. TVL plus 73.6%. This coincided with the approval of the FLR improvement protocol proposal, 09, which was allocating 510 million FLR tokens from the 20 billion incentive pool. People forget that thing is 20 billion to selected DeFi protocols and pools. 20 billion. All right. So let's dig into the 415 million rewards. Delegation rewards, 60 million. Delegate the FLR to FTSO providers and earn. FLR recently upgraded from the FTSO V1 to V2, with V2 rewards starting at Epoch 228. Staking rewards, 22 million. Stake FLR to validators and earn money. I did staking for about 60, 90 days. I prefer to delegate as opposed to staking. FLR dropped 307 million. This is the most impressive figure. With the FLR improvement proposal 01 approved, 24.2 billion FLR is being distributed monthly to wrap FLR holders. So far, only half of this distribution has been distributed. So that will be the total of 307 million. And then there's the emissions. After the acceptance of FIP 09, 510 million FLR tokens from the 20 billion incentive pool. Here's a 20 billion FLR incentive pool. Come on, Ripple X. Were made available to incentivize DeFi participation. 20 billion FLR tokens. Not bad. Not bad. 52 million total emission amount. 52 FLR total emission amount. $1,109,588 in USF. 52 million FLR comes a million currently. Inflation, 24 million. With FIP 01 successfully passed, monthly inflation rewards are distributed as follows. 70% go to the FTSOs and delegators. 20% to network validators. 10% to state connector attestation providers. Very cool. That's $1 million there. Nice. Bonus insight, FLR has also gained investor approval to burn 2.1 billion FLR tokens to support the ecosystem health. Starting now, 66,293,000 FLR will be burned monthly until January of 2026. 66 million a month until January of 2026. TLDR, FLR's ecosystem is rewarding its community in a big way. Yeah. So anyway, I don't know if that means just, but FLR Networks put this out. More incentives coming simply by using XRP to get FXRP and explore DeFi. Pretty cool, pretty cool. When is the spaces? When are they doing the spaces? Oh, the 18th. at 9 a.m. Eastern time. Okay. A lot of stuff happening. What are they going to have on here? So Kinetic guy. Oh, the Dune guy. Okay, so the Dune guy is going to be on there. Interesting. Hugo will be there. The dude from Spectre, the liquid staking, and somebody at SparkDex, Anna BD. So yeah, stay tuned for that if you guys want. Let me leave this. If you want to hop on that Twitter Spaces, let me leave this in the chat. Let me do this. Hydro says, I have not set my safe account yet. Great idea. Yeah, I love it. Absolutely love it, Hydro. I think Flare Networks to do that, I think is really, really cool. I really do. Nicholas M says, fifth cycle, work on getting percentage of coins. That's right. That's right. That's nice. That's a good add-on, Nicholas M. You're right about that, bro. That's a good add-on to Chris Berniski's post, without question. So I got a couple of things that I'm thinking about doing. I'm gonna put 1K into FLR. Now, we all know, for people fans of the channel, Celsius Network did not distribute the FLR tokens that I was entitled to. I mean, they've just been killing me. Took all my XRP, took all my crypto, and the FLR tokens, which were uh, part of the airdrop thing. And it looks like they're not going to respond, or they're not going to get a court date or anything for that distribution until after they doing the regular distribution of what they've been approved to distribute, which is Bitcoin and ETH. So God knows when we're going to get some kind of hearing or some kind of court date or some kind of appointment for that. But if you were one of those people who are entitled to those FLR tokens, the airdrop ones, I've just got a feeling we're going to see what Atkins is going to do with airdrops, the new SEC chair. We're going to see what he does in reference to clarity on airdrops. But I get a feeling that the holdup, I don't know what the holdup is, but I know the court is very reluctant to distribute anything that might come out to be, some form of security, whatever, because they're trying to, like they did all the other assets, they're trying to distribute the FLR tokens, which was an airdrop, as Bitcoin and ETH, as opposed to FLR, which is going to be hard to do because as an airdrop, there was no value to the tokens. And I think they set some kind of date of whatever the token was, whatever price the token was at some particular date of the bankruptcy and all this other kind of crap. And I'm like, Hugo was like, that's not what we agreed to. We agreed to you distributing the FLR tokens that you have. Whatever the number is the number you have. So we'll see. It's going to be a long few months with that. So, but anyway, I'm thinking about the $1,000 thing. And just making another $1,000 purchase of FLR tokens. I'm really, really thinking about doing that. But I was going to do is go Songbird first. I'm sorry. You're welcome, Keyless. Songbird first. See how Songbird, $1,000 in Songbird first. See how Songbird does during this 6 to 8 week. And again, 8 weeks is not. It's a minimum of 6 weeks. It could be 7 weeks, 8 weeks, 9 weeks, 10 weeks of F assets on Songbird. We don't know how long it's going to be, but I wanted to see, well, what's going to happen with Songbird during this frame. So it would not hurt to just buy some Songbird tokens, put the 1K in Songbird and see what happens. And then rotate it, those winnings into FLR. Let me show you this chart for Songbird, Nicholas M. I mean, this thing is something. Let this load. So that's what I'm kind of thinking out loud, but that's what I think I'm going to do. Again, for me, for the bull run, for this cycle and phase of this bull run, it's just something that looks incredibly strong about Songbird tokenomics. Incredibly strong. Let me go max here. What does Songbird get up to? Did Songbird get up to 64, 65 cents? I think so. Yeah. Look at that chart. That is cray cray. Anyway, you got the good tokenomics as well, right? What is that? 90%, 85, 90% of the tokens is circulating out of the total supply. That's awesome. It's mid cap, 232 million, mid cap for sure. Great tokenomics. Again, it's a canary network, not a test network, which is important. It may be Flare Network's test network, but it is a canary network where real live money gets put on that. It's 97%, 98% down from its all-time high of 71 cents. It just looks like it's there for the taking. It really, really does. So it really, really does. So that's what I'm going to do. Probably 1,000. Let's see, just check the markets out. 1,000 in the Songbird. Okay, what do we got? In no dexes, which is I don't know. I wish they had a dex, but Kraken, Mexi, Bitstamp, interesting. Gate.io does the most, which is again interesting. Kraken is second most in terms of volume. I like Kraken. It has more useful purposes for me than Coinbase. So those are the places you can get it. But I don't know, Frady Cat. This, if you know anything about previous cycles, this is a chart, right? This is not a chart of something going to zero, right? Right. We don't have people leaving the Flare network ecosystem, right? Builders, whatever, right? Songbird is expanding, it's growing, right? This is a project on the move, not running away, but going up and to the right. Right? It's on the promise curve, right? It's on the promise run of realized promises, right? So all of that to me says, my gosh. It's just it says, right? Wait a minute. I wanted to check Caspa. I mean, not Caspa, but I want to check what we got going on right now. I mean, 300% currently from right. So the all-time low was 003. So it wasn't 4 zeros or 3 zeros. But in any case, I know we were buying Songbird at 003 and 004 and 008. So and that was in addition to the airdrop. And it's at 1 cent now. Will it reach previous all-time highs? No one knows. But my suspicion is that it does. Because what's going to happen is, I believe Hugo said, and correct me if I'm mistaken, that Hugo was going to test they're going to test F assets on XRP. And then after the testing of XRP on Songbird, they're going to move FXRP on Flare. And then they're going to test FBTC or Doge on Songbird. Right? And then bring FBTC or FDoge to Flare. Right? So they were going to test each asset individually and then bring that particular blockchain to Flare. So XRP on Songbird and then flare. FBTC on Songbird and then flare. F Doge on Songbird and then flare. That was my understanding. So the Songbird thing is going to be in this constant demand for it, if that makes sense, to you. Right? So the Songbird token, right? So part of it is collateral. USDX is going to be part of it as well. I get it. Brother Crypto's in the building. What's good? What's good with you, bro? What's going on, XRP Gal? How are you? Mess says, hey, CryptoCeej, do you think XRP damages is still on the table? XRP damages? What do you mean, bro? Welcome to the stream, Mess. I hope you hit that like button on the way in, brother. Appreciate that. What's going on, Kyle Timur? How are you, brother? Good evening to you, my friend. Kyle Timur, I hope you checked out those latest videos in the Patreon, bro. Some good stuff there. Brady Cat reminds us that Songbird was $1.34 when it was traded on Bitrue as an IOU. It's a great point. XRP Gal says, so quiet on the crypto front. Bitcoin makes a new high. ETH can't hold above 4K. And all the other altcoins are quiet as a mouse. I think we're ready for some action. It's going to be interesting to see. What do you think is going to happen on Wednesday? Right? The FOMO, what is it? Is it FOMO or is it FOMC? You know, those dudes get to do their little show over there on Wednesday, right? Well, I wonder what's anything going to happen with that. Brady Cat says, I think most projects will go through Songbird to get the FLR. Yeah. Yeah. They're going to be, yeah, right. There are going to be ones who do that without question. The Real Big Will says $1,600 gets you 100,000 Songbird, fam. I was just ready to put 100K in there, man. 100K. I was getting ready to put 1K in a Songbird, bro. Yeah. I was just going to do 1K, man. It's just going to do 1K. How much would 1K get me? 1,000. Will that get me 80 grand? That'd be nice if that got me 80. I'd take 80. What's happening on Wednesday? The what's his name? Jerome Powell and, you know, that group. You know, the ones who put the show on. You know, expecting the rate cut and all that stuff. No, XRP Gal, the RLUSD is tomorrow. It's Tuesday. But Jerome Powell and the rate cuts and all that stuff is, I think, is Wednesday. Brady Cat says, just another crap show on hump day. That's right. Keela says 1,000 in Songbird is a ton of song. That's right. Mess says XRP damages from SEC lawsuit. Yeah, the lawsuit's still going. So yeah. 60 to 65K for 1,000. Thank you, the Real Big Will. Thank you, man. Appreciate that. 1,600, huh? That's a big bet, man. That's a big bet. That is a big bet for sure. You're welcome, XRP Gal. But I'm just kind of looking at it's just kind of like for me, it's not financial advice. Please do not go out and buy Songbird because a dude on YouTube is talking about Songbird. Please don't do that. But feels like everything's just kind of aligned. It really does. Yeah, got it. Okay. Yeah, okay. I was just trying to figure out what the number I needed to get to, or I wanted to get to. The real big Will says a good bet from 1 cent. Yeah, I personally agree. Again, am I mistaken, or is that correct? The real big Will, the way they are doing Songbird with FLR is they're testing FXRP first, and after a successful test, catching any bugs, whatever, then FXRP will go to FLR, and then they're going to do the next non-smart contract asset, whether that be Doge or Bitcoin, on Songbird. And then after 6 to 8 weeks or whatever it's going to take, then they're going to move that to FLR. So the Songbird, right? So we're talking 2 and 3 just of the F assets, 2 or 3 things going on Songbird for testing and whatever. I'm just thinking it's just a demand, right? Just demand. I'm just thinking demand, right? Not just using the chain, but demand, that kind of thing. That's kind of how I'm seeing Songbird. It's kind of how I'm seeing it, right? That's what I'm seeing. So anyway, that's kind of what I've been doing. I've been really, really thinking about that. SparkDeck says, anyone else digging around the FLR meme coin scene? Which coins would you like to see list on SparkDeck? Interesting. Pitch your best in the comments below. So SparkDeck, the awesome DEX on FLR Networks, is talking about listing one of the more popular meme coins from FLR meme coins. And I got to do this quick because they're talking about I got to do this $1,000 play on Songbird quick because they're going to be doing Wednesday and Thursday. The middle of this week brings us to Wednesday and Thursday, 2 days with their own unique advantages. Launching your product on Wednesday offers a breath of fresh air amid the work week. By this point, people may be seeking a break from their routine. Thursday, on the other hand, lies just around the corner from the highly anticipated weekends. So he's kind of hinting at something happening there for the F asset thing on Songbird. He'd said before Christmas, so some guy believes that FLR and Songbird could get to 8 cents before the end of the year. Before the end of the year. So in a couple of weeks. That's a nice risk reward, ain't it? That's a nice risk reward right there. The real big whale. I mean, this is just a dude, who likes FLR, but I'm just saying. So anyway, on the 14th, Hugo put this out: staking XRP and in Bitcoin to secure third-party services. Staking already staked. Staking already staked ETH to secure a third-party service. This is why I'm funding a native staking protocol starting with XRP and using FLR data. So he's on the staking tip now too as well. Nice, just nice. Great job. Keep pushing the FLR DeFi narrative. Cypress Demanicore. FLR Networks opening the door to DeFi for all XRP Bitcoin Doge holders. This year changed. So, and don't let us not forget that John Deaton said this. FLR, in my opinion, says John Deaton, FLR is the most underrated network in Crypto. So am I right or not that that's the way they're doing the F asset testing? You guys know? Eric G, what's going on, my friend? Appreciate you checking in, my friend. Do me a favor and hit that like button, sir. If you didn't get a chance to do so on the way in, no worries. Just collapse the chat real quick, go smash the like, then come back and hang out with the CryptoCeej and fam. Brother Crypto is all good. He said, excuse the typos. No worries. Frogadella Research Group, what's going on? I know. I wish YouTube had an edit button. I know, Brother Crypto. I know. So that is, again, that's my understanding of how the F assets will be tested and launched. One asset at a time. So FXRP on Songbird, which is a live network. It's called a Canary network, but it is a live blockchain with live real money. And then, you know, a minimum of 6 weeks, whenever they get the testing done, 7 weeks, 8 weeks, 9 weeks, 10 weeks, 11 weeks, don't know. Then they will go to FLR and you'll be able to do the minting of FXRP there. So just remember, it's not staying on Songbird. Once they tested the FSX, that FXRP testing, that FXRP thing will go to FLR and it will no longer be on Songbird. However, the next one up in, you know, the next one in line, whether it be Doge or Bitcoin, will first do its thing on Songbird. XRP Gal says, hey, Ceej, other than FLR and Songbird, what other drops has XRP given us? Because I thought iTrust Capital was collecting all our drops since they collected FLR. But it turns out, no, they don't. That's it, as far as I know. So iTrust Capital did not get the FLR drops. Oh, you're talking about the airdrops, right? Pookie says they pop in my wallet. Yeah. So that's kind of my thinking. I think I'm right on the FSS thing. I remember this what Hugo said. So would an 8 to 10 cent Songbird be really, really sweet? Yeah. By the end of the year, that would be pretty sweet. That would be pretty sweet. But that's just a guy on YouTube saying what he thinks might happen. We don't know. But he says he believes that. So an 8 to 10 cents for FLR would be 3 cents to 8 cents. For Songbird, it would be 1 cent to 8 cents. Oh, it doesn't show up in your portfolio. Yeah, I got it. I got you. XRP Gal. So, guys, do me a favor, hit that like button. Big time news. Big time news. Ripple stablecoin, the RLUSD is launching tomorrow. It's listing on a few exchanges. It's listing on Bitstamp, Archex, some coin, another or thing. Big news. Ripple payments coming on chain. It's going to be using this RLUSD. It's going to be very, very interesting. Pookie, I think you're right about that. Pookie says, didn't we get Sologenic and Quorium through the XRP toolkit back in the day? I think you're right about that, bro. I think you are right. If you had to do something or another to get it, yep, I think you're right. We had to set a trust line. Yeah, that's true. Thank you for reminding me about that. That is true. Trump Tuber, what's going on? Good evening from Texas. What part of Texas, bro? Do you know what time RUSD is launching? I don't think they said the time it was launching, did they? But maybe they did say the time. This says tomorrow, the 17th. There's no time. Did Brad Garlinghouse say a time? Let me check. Let me check for you, Trump Tuber. I would imagine just midnight, right? Let's see. Nope, no time. No time. I don't know, I mean, having a stable coin's awesome. Uh, I don't think you're getting any yield or anything from holding it, right? It just says available starting on the 17th of December on by way of MoonPay, Uphold, Coin Mina. That's a UAE exchange, Bitso, Mexico, and Archex. The UK's first regulated RWO exchange, custodian, and broker. And more coming soon. I'm sure they'll be announcing one. New places probably, once or twice every single month. I bet you that's what they're going to list new exchange listings and whatever. So, oh, by the way, great video. Let me share this video with you guys. I watched a very, very interesting interview with, is it On Chain? Is that her? This dude here, Taiki, took $100,000 of an airdrop. $100,000 of an airdrop and put it into a meme coin. He took $100,000 of an airdrop token of, I don't want to say legitimate, but a utility project, right? A thing you can use. A thing you can use and all that stuff. Now, he put it in a quote unquote AI coin, meme coin thing. What's going on? Why is this thing spinning like this? And was 1000% right on it. So he has at least doubled the 100,000, at least. But it's a meme coin, and the meme coin is called. It's like an AI coin. I don't know whatever. And it's called Fart Coin. But anyway, that thing is going up 30 and 40% a day, which is kind of crazy. But anyway, let me share this. Yeah, $107,000 worth of airdrop, and he put it in AI. It's not like it's Render or Bit Tensor. It's that Truth Terminal AI thing coin, which I guess is not technically a meme, but yeah, he rotated it into that. All right, let me see this. Let's see. What's that lady's name? Here it is right here. I forget her name. You guys know her.
The airdrops like Hyperliquid in
Airdrop and Hyperliquid. So the dude took this, project with utility, Hyperliquid. I don't know what it is. Is it a new liquid staking thing? I don't know. But he airdropped, farmed it somehow, and the value was 107,000, and then he put it into an AI, you know, uh, whatever coin. But he won big time. I'm telling you, he won big time from that. This is an interview here. You definitely guys want to definitely check this out. A pro crypto administration is on the way. What will happen next? So we got this is it Laura? Laura Shen. I don't know. I think it's Laura Shen is her name. Anyway, great interview. Let me get the link to this for you guys. And they asked about Ripple and the SEC and the incoming administration and what they're going to be doing in reference to this lawsuit. You should check this out. Let me paste this. SPJR says it's probably England bank time. Thank you for sharing that, SPJR. How are you, my friend? Appreciate you checking in. I don't, right? I mean, is there a rush to get this RLUSD, like to hold it? The real big Will says if you do something on Uphold, you get 5%. SPJR, 2 minutes to 1 a.m. GMT time. Freddy Cat says it's a stable coin, right? All right, so let's check out this video here for a second. The question was asked about the why Ripple litigation may not move forward. So you got Jake Travinsky here, and this other guy is he's an attorney from I forget the name of that place, the law firm. We know it because of ETHgate, I think. So it's Mike Selick, and he's from that Gallagher, the Gallagher law firm, something Gallagher and Gallagher, and Jake Travinsky. So let me go to that minute here. It says why Ripple litigation may not move forward. Let's take a listen.
I did want to also ask though, because obviously so Ripple is probably, I think, the case that's furthest along when it comes to the SEC and crypto. And it seems to me that crypto people tend to view something like the Ripple case as different from the Coinbase one, and that perhaps, it offers up either more legitimate or at least like meatier questions that aren't this sort of, fake charge basically that the SEC is alleging against Coinbase for, not registering for something that they actually can't register for. But I wondered what you thought would happen now to the Ripple case, especially because, parts of that have already been decided.
Ripple's another case where there was no allegations of fraud. And so I think it would be viewed similarly to the Coinbase action where the SEC lost on certain of the counts essentially in that case, right? There's kind of a victory in part that the token in and of itself is not a security. When it's sold on exchanges and blind bid-ask transactions, those transactions themselves are not subject to securities laws. And so that's a win in part for the industry for sure, and a loss for the SEC. Under the Gensler SEC, there's been an appetite to continue to pursue this further. That actually might not be the best strategy because I think this Supreme Court, if it makes it all the way up, is going to smack that down, and it could actually put the agency in a position where it has less authority over transactions. And so I think this SEC is going to be much less inclined to continue to pursue this litigation. But again, it will have to go through that same path of the director of the division deciding to either settle these outstanding, well, there's really effectively not any settlement, but withdraw these, withdraw the litigation, essentially not continue to pursue an appeal in that action.
I agree with that. And I do think, the first question, of course, is what does the SEC decide to do here? The SEC is the one that decided to bring the case. It's up to them to decide if they want to pursue it or if they want to withdraw it. I again, don't want to speculate as to what the folks at Ripple would want to do. And obviously they've got the best legal team that money can buy, both in-house and outside representing them in this case. I imagine that they would be happy if the SEC decided to just drop the case entirely. On the other hand, there is an appeal pending. As far as I can tell, and Mike, tell me if I'm wrong, but I don't think we know yet which issues are on appeal. We just know that both sides wanted to appeal different aspects of the district court order, but neither of them have said what they actually plan to appeal. Is that right?
That's my understanding.
So, it could be that either of them would say, look, although we have a different perspective, right? The SEC could say, although we have a different perspective than the prior SEC about these issues, we do want to get some clarity from the Second Circuit about particular aspects of the case. You could also see the folks at Ripple thinking, even if they were offered some sweetheart deal in settlement, if the SEC were, not to want to just walk away from the case, them saying, look, we think we've got the better view of the law, and we do want to bring this up to the Supreme Court. They've talked about having the Ripple test as the successor to the Howey test. And they might say, no matter what sweet deal the SEC wants to offer, we're not letting this thing go until we take it all the way. So I think it's an interesting and really hard to predict situation. So we'll just have to see how it plays out.
And so if that were to be abandoned, then would the win that they already got about how the tokens in and of themselves are not securities, does that stand, or what happens to that part of it?
Yeah, I mean, look, that was an order from a district judge on a motion for summary judgment, or motion to dismiss. Now I'm forgetting what the stage of the case was in, since we've seen so many of these orders, and that stands, right? You'll find it on Westlaw. Every lawyer will see it, and it's worth what it's worth. Importantly, as a district court order, it's not binding precedent on anyone. And we've seen other district judges, like Judge Rakoff, for example, in the Terra case, go different ways. And so, it still stands in the sense that it's just as persuasive as it was, as it would be without the SEC walking away from the case, but, still not binding in any way on anyone.
All right. So there's another basically trend in crypto that might change under Atkins's leadership of the SEC, which has to do with the whole area of token launches, token fundraising, airdrops. There has been.
So it's interesting that they kind of how they see that with the case. Of course, I've heard that too, that they might just drop the case. But I think Jake does bring up an interesting point that Ripple may want to see this go to the Supreme Court. But the other part about that is Ripple has openly said that and admitted to that potential clients have said to them, with this pending appeals, that we're not ready to move forward. So that's, again, interesting. Xahau Wallet is showing 1,200 RLUSD to 1 XRP. That would be cool if that was that way. Yeah, I guess they're trying to figure some stuff out, I guess. But you know what I'm saying? So Ripple has openly admitted this. I think it was Garlinghouse who actually said it. Brad Garlinghouse said that. So I don't think that if they're able to move forward, they already got the ruling which was the most important ruling, which is XRP in and of itself is not a security. Yeah, I don't see them, keeping the appeal process over their head, keeping this cloud on title, going on, I don't see that. I feel like they want to get this cloud on title over so that so that Ripple can continue its business model. Going to the Supreme Court would help the digital asset space as a whole more, but it's not going to help Ripple. And with the new Congress and the new administration, we're probably going to get a FIT 21 or some other type of clarity from Congress on what constitutes a security or not a security. So Ripple doesn't really have to feel, quote unquote, obligated or any sense of burden that they should take this to the Supreme Court. So I think with the Congress thing, the new Congress, with FIT 21 is going to be able to get through, sometime next year. If not, I think it's going to happen next year with the new SEC chair. I think we're going to get guidance on, what's the security, what's the not security, utility tokens, blah, 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 who's overseeing the market, whether it be CFTC or SEC, all of the stuff, stablecoin, regulation, all of these kind of things. So I don't think they would want to take it to, yeah, she is absolutely. Frogadella Research Group, he says Laura is a low-key troll. I agree. she was hoping to hear something different. So from Jake Chavinsky about that. So there's that. Now they go on to talk here about the airdrops, and they feel like Atkins is just going to be really good for crypto. Maybe he implements what's her name? Hester Peirce's safe harbor. Maybe they look to kind of get that going initially as a way for projects to do some stuff. I think what I like about the safe harbor is I feel like it rids the space of the bad actors. Bad actors are not going to go get in some safe harbor thing, right? Bad actors want ambiguity. They want gray areas, that kind of stuff like that. So I think that's interesting. I see Paul Barron has this title in this thing here, but that's not Paul Barron talking. So who are these two people here? It says RLUSD launching tomorrow is bigger than you think. Let's go over here real quick. We don't need to hear about the sponsors.
Some of your stable coins. So check it out. Use our link. Let's get into it. I do want to start off with this right here, which was Ripple's announcement. RLUSD is launching globally tomorrow. And of course, the launch partners, we've shown this a couple of times, and we've had some of these people on the show, MoonPay, Uphold, CoinMina, Bitso, etc. We will see a global launch of RLUSD today. And there's a lot happening within this. I want to get into a lot of detail because there's some very key things that could really start to cause some movement within XRP as a whole. All right, so here's another quick note. Alongside the announcement, they also brought in some new advisors. One of them, of course, is former governor of the Reserve Bank of India. And if you look at who that is and just the size of the Reserve Bank of India, they are number 11 on the overall reserves globally. So absolutely huge for the future of Ripple. Other things that you have to consider is the CEO of that group is on the short list for the BRICS Bank chief post. So remember BRICS, we talked about this many times, is that there's a lot of functionality within BRICS when it comes to moving money around because of the nations that are looking at using something maybe outside the dollar. So what happens there? When you look at the advisors, you've got Raj right there, but also Sheila Bair. She's the former chair of the FDIC. All right, so I want to go to a clip of Sheila talking about stablecoins. This was actually 6 years ago. Take a look.
Tell me about a Fed coin and how that would change the
Yeah.
financial landscape.
Well, I think that's years down the road, but they do need to be looking at it. There's a lot of private efforts to have what's called a stable value digital currency. If a private entity really did find a stable value cryptocurrency that would be widely accepted, I think there could be a real flight away, another different kind of bank run, a flight out of banks into that cryptocurrency. And I think that's still years off, but it's happening. There are a lot of startups, a lot of very smart people investing in these startups. It's about 1.95% now. It doesn't trickle down. I just went to a large bank I won't name to open up a savings account for my daughter. And I said, well, what's the interest rate on this? And they said, 0.01%. So, and that's kind of,
Yeah.
So if you want people to save more by increasing interest rates and borrow less, this is not an efficient way to do it. If you actually had, some level of control and ways to transmit those higher interest rates into consumer pockets, I think you would have a very different monetary dynamic.
0.01%, even at a time when the Federal Reserve.
Interesting that she was forecasting that because
That's 6
obviously we
years ago.
started to see performance and yield coming in on stablecoins over the last really 24 months. And one of the things that happens with stablecoins, of course, is how they're audited to ensure.
It's funny that he brought up Blair because I believe she is now on the advisory board at Ripple, right? I'm pretty sure she is. Let's see. I'm pretty sure she is. Is it in this write-up or was it on Ripple's thing. Yeah, it says right here. In addition to Sheila Blair, they added these other two people. So she is on the advisory board. So look, I'm not a big fan of the regulators. And she's a former, but she was the one there. So she was the chair at the FDIC. So that is so yeah. You know how you could hold the USDX or the CUSDX and you can get the yield? There's no talks of that yet. So maybe Ripple can't do it, but someone else can. Obviously, I think it was the Real Big Will who said that Uphold is allowing you to have that by holding that stablecoin. I'm hoping we find someone else besides Uphold, quite frankly. But we'll see. We'll see if we can get another entity. That'll be awesome. Because I'm a little gun shy, considering the Celsius stuff. All right, so let's listen.
Sure, the reserves are in place. Well, they're going to be Ripple is going to be audited monthly and give full transparency of their report of their reserves in these reports. So that's a good thing. If you compare this to what's been happening in the banking ecosystem, remember Silicon Valley National Bank? That was one example where, you guys understand this, fractional reserve banking has been around for some time, but that was where it was really exploited. Take a look at this clip.
Probably 75% of American employees, and I'm guessing, are dependent on uninsured deposits to get their paycheck.
If we get in a situation there where fear starts driving behavior by uninsured deposits, not necessarily fundamentals about how good the bank is, but fear, then they are going to have what's called liquidity failures.
These are not average depositors. So there are people there that had hundreds of millions of dollars. I mean, you've got Roku that had, I don't know, $500 million in there. These are not mom and pop investors and mom and pop depositors that put in a little bit of money, saving it for a rainy day.
Yeah, but it's bigger than that. The point is that the entire banking system of the world.
Oh, did we lose him?
Yeah.
Son of a bitch. He just said the entire banking system of the world, and then we lost him. Holy shit. Now what do we do? Mark Cuban just created a bank run. The entire banking system of the world.
I'm sure he's going to say it was perfectly safe and sound.
And the problem is if we do see a stablecoin start to pay yields, you're going to see potentially huge amounts of money come over. This could include businesses. And what Cuban was kind of alluding to there is that most all of banks that are out there are holding dollars that basically transact in payroll. Payroll is one of the biggest exposures out there. So this is a big factor going forward. And I think this is one that we need to keep an eye on very closely. Further in the report here on Ripple, and we'll kind of break down some of this. One of the things that's going to happen here very soon is the FDIC chair, Gruenberg. He's going to be stepping down, or most likely will get fired by President-elect Donald Trump. But the cool thing is we've got the potential person coming in. This is a Republican vice chair, Travis Hill. He is pro-crypto. So that's another advantage to the FDIC that potentially could come in, even though it is possible that Bayer could also come back in as the chair of the FDIC. All of this, again, good for crypto as a.
Yeah. So anyway, good stuff. So that's what it was about. I was trying to see. I thought that was Jon Stewart there in the thumbnail, but I couldn't really tell. So 70% of people on the payroll are relying on it's uninsured money for their pay. It's uninsured. That is crazy. That's crazy right there. Interesting stuff. So there it is, fam. I wanted to share that with you guys. I appreciate you guys checking in as always. Yeah. Songbird. Not financial advice. Songbird. Oh my gosh. I don't know. What if Brett FLR is right? 8 to 10 cents by the end of the year. That's 2 weeks away. I don't know. Can it jump up that fast? Can it go from 1 cent to 8 cents in a couple of weeks? Yeah, it sure can. In a couple of weeks, it sure can. It sure can. It sure can. It surely can. All right, fam. There it is. Thank you so much for hanging out. I appreciate you guys checking in. And I really do appreciate you guys hitting that like button. We always like to have just as many likes as we have viewers in the stream. Exciting news. The RLUSD, Ripple stablecoin, will launch with audits every single month. It's going to launch tomorrow. I don't know what they're going to do with this yield. We'll see. But it is going to be very, very interesting. Again, if you're just holding a dollar and you're able to get 4 or 5% for just holding that dollar, which a stable coin essentially is, a version of the dollar, you can hold it on chain. And now, look, there's a lot of places to get more than 5% on a stable coin, just to let you know. It's a lot of places. But boy, that would be interesting. I always said that I thought a great use case, and I'm just putting this out there, I always thought there was a great use case for the XRPL was payroll. I always thought that was a great use case. Like, why don't they have some payroll stuff going on? Because I just think, I don't know why, it would be great if they could get somehow in payroll for the XRPL. I mean, it's payments, right? I mean, I just never understood why they didn't go down that lane. And it's interesting to hear Mark Cuban mention the payrolls and that stuff being uninsured. So who knows what Archask is bringing on chain? I don't know. Maybe they do bring on some SMEs that are part of payroll. What's the popular payroll places now? I don't know. I don't know. I want to say ADT, but that's security. But anyway, there it is. Bam. Thank you so much. Do me a favor. If you didn't hit that like button on the way in, please do so on the way out. That would be really, really, really cool if you could make that happen. And if you've been hanging out, listening to and watching the CryptoCeej, and you have enjoyed those hangouts, do me a favor. If you've been enjoying the hangouts, please consider subscribing to the channel. We're trying to take that number of 55% or so of people that are hanging out, listening to and watching and not subscribed down to about 25%. And you can do your part right now by just hitting that subscribe button. And please don't forget to ring the notification bell so that you know whenever we live or whenever we upload a video. I'm going to end this one like I do all my videos and remind you guys of this, that old money doesn't want you to win. But that's okay though, because you and I, we're already winning. And I would ask you to consider this or perhaps ponder the idea or notion of living your life permissionless. I'll talk to you guys soon. See ya.